Previous topics were about earth retaining structures, but focused on the cantilever and anchored sheet piles. Our next topic is one gapon earth retaining structure, but lahi na sad siya is called the braced cut. So this is our new topic, which is again called braced cut. So for the braced cut, no, it is ingani ni siya. So we have kanang commonly applied especially sa mga urbanized area. Kung limited ang imong space and then you have to build um, deep foundations or a superstructure. So kailangan ka excavate og large area. Pero since limited man ito ang project or ang ato ang neighboring nga mga structures kay dagko na no or dikit-dikit na. So we opt to use the braced cut kay in order for us not to disturb or to preserve the strength of the existing structures. So we will discuss further later on sa iyang cons and pros. So for an excavation supported by a suitable bracing system, it is called braced cut. So we have here the three bracing members for our brace cut, which are the sheet piles, the wales, and the struts. So in this figure, no, makita na to na this kani siya where is a sheet pile, and then we have the whale, and then we have the strut. For our side view, this one here, the left side, so ingani ang itsura. So, so naatay kanang excavated area dire. And then magbutang din ta sa ato ang bracing system no para dili mo fail ang kaning nga part both sides. So mo na ang gamit nato or mo na ang itsura sa ato ang brace cut. So mo ni the importance of excavation support system, especially braced cut, no? First is to minimize the excavation area. So mo ni ang grabe kay niya kagamit. So if we are limited sa ato ang again sa ato ang project area and then we need to excavate. So mo nang magamit ta og braced cut. And then second one is to keep the sides of the excavation stable. And third one, to ensure that movements will not cause damage sa neighboring structures or utilities in the surrounding ground or mga pre-existing na mga structures and utilities. So mo na yung the three importance na to ang braced cuts. So, kaning nasa picture no are examples sa bracing system or the application sa brace cuts. So we have here kanang na house and then apply din tao brace cut dire. And then this is an actual and another an example. So the procedure no for brace cut first is to drive the sheeting. So after we have gotten to a specific depth, kaya din ta mag-place din ta sa atong top row sa atong wales and struts. So ang kani siyang brace cuts kay systematic siya so dili siya diretso og kuan kanang tukod. So na siya kanang portion by portion siya, step by step. So mag-drive da atong sheetings and then at a specific or a certain depth magbutang din ta sa ato ang top row nga wales and struts. Then after that, mag-drive na pud ta again. So ibali kung nag-drive ta first, then magbutang ta sa ato ang top row nga wheels and struts, mag-drive na pud ta again, go deeper, then butang na po din ta sa ato ang another nga wheels and struts. And then mag-drive na po to nga makuha na to ang required nga excavation depth or the required depth sa to ang need no for excavation or for structures. So mo ni no, as the sequence of driving the sheetings, excavating the soil, and placing rows of wheels and struts continues. So dili siya kanang mo kabkab ka tanan then butang din ka sa tong structures dili no. Mo fail na imong kwan labi naglaw mo fail na diretso malubong ra na yung gamit dia or tao dia sa ubos. So systematic siya. Mag-drive ka butang sa tuwang race cut nga members and then drive again, butang na pod, then drive again butang. Okay, klaro ba class? Sige. So let's proceed. We have here the deformation condition sa ato ang brace cuts. So ang kaning sa brace cut no, it differs from katong previous topic na to about retaining walls. Kay ang retaining wall no, ay ang kaning brace cut it rotates about this point no. Kung mabantayan ninyo if kani ang from A to point B that is our member brace cut member. So ang movement niya is from A to point B prime. So naay movement ang iyang ubos compared sa katong retaining structure, lahi sila. Therefore, with that, we cannot apply the column and the Rankine theories. So let's continue. So lahi ang iya ang principle and then lahi po ang iyang formulas no in computing the different pressures, stresses and then the forces. So during the excavation process, followed by the placement of struts, the upper portion of the soil mass next to the cut does not undergo sufficient lateral deformation. So at this point, point A, kani daw siya, does not go a lateral deformation. So dili walay movement there or walay displacement. However, as the depth of excavation increases, the time lag between the excavation and placement of struts increases. So thus, resulting in a gradual increase in the lateral deformation of wall AB. So again, ang kaniyang wall AB from A to point B, that is our wall sa itong brace cut. So it undergoes no lateral deformation as it goes deep. So ideally at the end of the excavation, wall AB will deform into the shape na wall AB prime. So that one is AB prime. So kanang broken lines, muna siya yung deformation from wall AB, mahimo din siya AB prime. So muna ang iya ang deformation sa ato ang raised cuts. So it is important to note that the wall AB rotates about point A. So muna ako nang mention kanina. And then at point A, the lateral earth pressure will be close to at rest. So when we say at rest, no, there is no movement or no lateral deformation of the wall. For point B, the lateral earth pressure may be less than the Rankine active earth pressure. So hence, the lateral earth pressure diagram will approximate to the form ACB. That ACB, this is A, C, and B. This is our earth pressure diagram. So, ideally, no, ang kuha ni is parabolic yun ang pressure diagram. Tapos, gina-simplify na to, mo nang gaka-triangular na siya. So, ang location na ning force, kaning PA niya is the force per unit length. So ang location niya sa kaning sa parabolic, that is NA times H, where NA is equal to approximately 0.55. That is based on the studies, no, sa kaning brace cuts. Mo na, pero kita gina simplified na to into a triangular, no, para mas dali na to siya ma-compute. So this one here are the stresses. Okay. So we have next is the pressure variation for design of sheetings and struts na siya, struts, wala isip, and waves. So in analysis for the brace cuts, no, first is um the assumption of the connections. So we have here the strut B, and strut C. So always yun na ang assumption sa connection member at strut A, kibali dire, the top strut, and then the bottom one is always assumed to be a fixed connection member. So ang in between dayon nga struts are assumed to be hinged connection member. Okay? Kibali if napatay another strut member dire, and this one here. So ang assumption na is hinge. Kanini ang tanan in between sa top and bottom nga struts, ang assumption is hinged, and then ang topmost member nga strut and then the bottommost member are assumed to be a fixed connection member. So kani siya nga assumption will be used, no, in computing the reactions sa ato ang strut member using the principle behind the beam, no, beam analysis. So kani siya vertical man ni siya. So later on atong i-discuss, no. So ang pag-analyze na naman na siya pressure dili sa sides sa soil, no, mo tong kibali mabutang uniform distributed load sa to kung sa beam kibali. So kani is different lang, ang naka-vertical lang siya. Okay? Klaro ba, class? Sige, sige. So mao ni dayon ang different pressure diagram. So ang pressure diagrams will differ sa type of soil. So for a sandy soil, focus lang ta sa pressure diagram the pressure diagram will always yun rectangular. So this one here is ang pressure diagram if kanang kung diri ang sa left side is the uh, wall, so gainganan na siya. So mo ni ato ang pressure diagram. So rectangular na basta sand gani. So ang iyang stress from the top to the bottom is uniform, which is the stress A or the sigma A. And then in getting the sigma A, we have here the formula that is equal to 0.65 times the unit weight of the soil times the total height of the excavation, H, that is the total height. Ibali if, okay, wala ka na. Same lang na sila. The total height of the excavation. And then this one here is the coefficient of active pressure. That is Ka. So nakalahi lang siya in tangent squared lang. So kung itong ginagamit na to, 1 minus the sine theta over the 1 plus sine theta. So the same lang na sila. You may use either, no, sa tangent squared or the 1 plus over the 1 minus over the 1 plus. Basta ang kani siya is the coefficient of active pressure. Okay? So next is for the clay soil. So naatay satisfy nga equation. So for For us to consider a soil to be soft to medium clay, we have to satisfy this equation where the ratio of the unit weight of the soil times the height of the soil over the cohesion or undrained cohesion should be greater than 4. So if kani nga condition atong makuha, makaingon ta nga soft to medium clay ni siya. So sa kani nga soft to medium clay, ang iyang pressure diagram is ingani no, trapezoidal. So we have two areas. Kani is triangle and then the rectangle. And then we have here the stress, no, the value of the stress. Tapos ang kani is constant ni siya, always ni siya. Pag kani gani ang type of soil masulod siya sa soft to medium clay, automatic ang iyang pressure diagram is like this. Where ang kani nga height, no? Ibali ang height sa atong triangle will always be 0.25 times the total height of the excavation. And then for this rectangle, that is 0.75 times the total height of the excavation. So kung sa sand is uniform man to siya, rectangular. Tapos kani soft to medium clay, ingani ang iyang itsura sa pressure diagram. Always. Okay? Where again, ang C is the undrained cohesion. No, naay value nga cohesion. Basta clay gani siya. Cohesive na siya nga soil. So ayaw sa ni imay no, kani is sayop ang iyang diagram din. So continuation no, for the soft to medium clay. Again, ayo sayop ni ang diagram, ayo imay. Ang formula for the stress A or the sigma A, kung atong tanawon sa atong figure, ang nibalik this is our stress A or the sigma A. Ang formula for that is the unit weight of the soil tapos times the total height of the excavation times the difference of 1 minus 4C over the unit weight of the soil times height. So kung imo niya simplify, pwede nimo na siya masulat as the unit weight of the soil minus 4C, no? Ingana ra. And then the second formula is this one. The zero point 0.3 times the unit weight of the soil times the total height of the excavation. So ito na yung gamiton nga value. We is the larger no. Kung asa ka makakuha og dako nga value, mo na atong gamiton no in the analysis of the reaction or the forces nga naa sa atong structure. So again, pag soft to medium gani, when getting the stress A or the sigma A, we have to solve using these two formula. And then use the value nga larger. Kung unsay mo hatag ani nga dako nga value mo ta tong gamiton no in analysis. Okay? Klaro so far. Klaro class? Sige, sige. So nanatay duha no. First is the sand and then we have here the soft to medium. For the another clay, which is the stiff clay, again, we have to satisfy another equation. So, katugalan niya is greater than 4. So, ang opposite would be stiff clay. That is kaning the ratio between the unit weight of the soil times the total height of the soil over the undrained cohesion should be less than or equal to 4. Pag stiff clay dayon ang ato ang soil type, kani dayon nga pressure diagram ang atong gamiton. Trapezoidal. So naa na tayo tulo ka uh, figure. So we have the triangle, uh, rectangle, and then the triangle. So anong ibungkag man ako. So later on, no, kuha ninyo, ma-realize ninyo na mas easier dahil kung imo ibungkag, pwede na ko di isahon. So again, constant din ang iyang kaning distances no for this triangle that is 0.25 h and then the rectangle 0.5 h and then another triangle that is 0.25 h. Money for the stiff clay. And then ang kaning the total distance kana is the uh, stress A or the sigma A. Tapos in getting the sigma A, that would be the range no, from point 2 times the unit weight of the soil times the height of the soil taman sa point 4. Pero para sa ato ang para uniform na no, during our solution, so usually man po, ang ginagamit ani is the point 3 times the unit weight of the soil times the height of the soil. Unless sa problem, ihatag siya no, pag kibali if sa problem, pag may indicate siya dito if stiff clay siya, use the sigma stress A is equal to point 2 or the point 4. Pag dili i-mention, kani atong gamiton, the point 3. Klaro ta? Klaro class? Sige. So, mga to ang the three different no na pag-analyze sa ato ang braised cuts. First is again is the sandy soil and then for clay, duha din imong category which is the soft to medium clay and then lastly is the stiff clay. The stiff clay. Para ma-determine nimo siya unsa siya nga type of clay, no, we have to evaluate using this formula or katong isa this formula or equation para ma-determine nato siya kung sa iya ang type of clay. Okay? So for the design of various components of a brace cuts, we have again ang components for a brace cut, the struts, the sheet pads, and the weights. First is the struts. For struts, in determining the depth of tensile crack, that is ZC, the depth of tensile crack is equal to 2 times the undrained cohesion over the square root of our active coefficient earth pressure times the unit weight of the soil. And then if ang Ka is equal to 1, automatic, mawala na siya. So, kibali, substitute ang nimo, so ma-arrive ka ni nga formula. Kanila ang need nimo timanan. Okay? So, for the step-by-step outline of the general methodology for steel sheet piles, first na to buhaton is to draw the pressure envelope for the brace cut. So, mo to, para mabalaan na to kung sa to ang pressure envelope or the pressure diagram, so we have to determine what type of soil. Sand, soft to medium clay, or stiff clay. Next is, we should determine the reactions sa ato ang simple na cantilever beams or simple beams. Kani siya is katong sa struts. So, kung niya makita nila. And then lastly is to solve for the strut loads. That is kanilang sound. So number 2, ako sa ibalik to determine the reaction for the two simple cantilever beams. Ang cantilever beams ani is the top and the bottom nga struts members. At tapos katong in between nga strut members kay hinges man, so ma-consider to as the simple beams. Ang katong top and bottom kaganyan no, the assumption is fixed. So mo nang cantilever beams nga yung term dere, and then katong in betweens are simple beams. So parang sa itong figure, we have here the four struts, strut A, strut B, strut C, and strut D. So sa kaning example, ang iyang soil ani is sand kay rectangular man. Kibali, this one here, rectangular man ang iyang pressure diagram. For us to solve the reaction sa itong struts, the four struts, so ato ni siyang pangputlon. So, first na to i-determine is dapat kani kabalo ta nga dia ang assumption is fixed at point B is hinge at si strat C as is hinged and then strat D as hinged. So, putlo na to siya no per struts. Ang una na to i-analyze is kaning strat A, B. Diya ta maputol sa hinge nga B. So mao na ang makita ninyo, this one, kung mao ni atong wall, kana wall na to na, iya ra man ang gidiretso og butang ang pressure diagram, na kay reaction diya nga A and then B1. Okay, since hinge man, so we will get two values, no? Kay ikaduha man nato siya i-analyze. First, sa kaning AB, so mutungan diya B1. So using the pressure diagram, ma-solve na to na no using the principle of the summation of forces or the summation of moment. So kung mag-moment ka above this point, makuha na to ang value diya or kan diri ka mag-moment, makuha na to ang value diri. Okay? Next dayon is point B to C. So mo na diri, point B to C. So makay na kay value nga B2. And then dili din mo tong anong C1. Again, the same lang yapon analysis, the same as the beam analysis. So makuha din nato ang values for B2 and C1. Next is ang bottom portion kay mo naman yung last, the C to D. Tama din sa ubos. So, ingani lang dayon. We have the C2 and D. And then ang imong value for the total reaction of B, i-add na nimo. The B is equal to B1 plus B2. No, kabalo naman mani in the theory of structures. Then for C, that is C1 plus C2. Okay? If napagani na ilain dira nga ibalik diri strand, tama to nga E, diri then D, or something like that. So, basta in between gani, duha ay mong makuha ana nga values, the E1 and E2, tapos ang total reaction would be the total of those forces or reactions. Okay ba? Nadumduman ninyo, dumduman niyo the theory of structures. Ibali mo nimo ang shear dayon or the loading, kibali, sorry, the loading. Okay. So, muna siya, katong number 2, no? Draw, determine the reactions of the simple beam, cantilever beams, and all the simple beams in between. Ang reactions nila. The next is to solve for the strut loads in figure. So, moto, no? Well, kato sa figure ganyan that we have four struts, A, B, C, and D. So, muna siya, PA is for the strut A, strut B, strut C, and strut D. This one here is imong makuha nga reaction times the spacing. Kana nga spacing is along the kibali kung mo ang x and the y axis gani. So along the z axis no, ang likod kibali. So kaning D1, D2, D3, D4, these are not spacing but distances. So ang spacing ani is along the z axis. Okay? Klaro ta? Uy, pag sure mo ba? Klaro ha? Along the z axis no, ang likod-likod ana.
Given ng ano sir, ng z-axis ana sir. I-given na siya.
Usually given na siya.
Okay sir.
Yun siya nga, the struts are spaced in every 2 meters. So, mo to, spacing niya. Sige, ay sabi. So, mo rin yung formula na igora ni mo, ang makuha ni mo nga reaction, that is, and then multiply by the spacing. So, ingana lang siya. For the struts or sheet piles. So, moving on, for the sheet piles, lahat pa ang steps. So, for each of the sections shown in the figure from previous slide, determine the maximum bending moment. So, to determine the maximum value of the maximum bending moments obtained in step 1, note that the units of these moments will be kn meter per meter length of the wall. So, obtain the required section modulus of the sheet pile using this formula. That is, the section modulus S is equal to the maximum moment over the sigma allowable. So this one here is sigma allowable or allowable flexural stress of the sheet pile. So pagkuha na to for the maximum moment, we will use the principle na katong shear and moments. Okay? So mag-draw ka og shear and moment ato, ibalik kani is loading. So makakuha kag reaction diya. After getting all the reactions, get the shear and moment, then determine the maximum moment for the sheet pile. So, and then, after getting that, so if pangitaon na to ang section modulus, we will use this formula. Next is the whales. So for whales, whales may be treated as continuous horizontal members if they are spliced properly. So conservatively, they may also be treated as though they are pinned at the strut. So the maximum moments for the whales, assuming that they are pinned at the strut, so kani ang formula. This one. The same lang na sila, ang nag-differ lang is kani yung values, no? That is for point A or at the strut level or at the level A. So kani nga value sa imong or the force ana nga point. So the same lang itong kaganiyan ng struts ba. So different levels, so different po ang forces. Kana siya, ang value lang nimo multiplied by the spacing squared over 8. So muna makuha na to ang maximum moment this level and then kani ko na for different levels. Sa kato nga specific nga example if dapat to siya level E, F, G ana. So lahi po ng yung formula. Basta lang kay ang force na mo makuha diya at that level, for this example, at level B man, so the forces at level for reactions B1 plus B2 or simply the B, no, the reaction B times the spacing squared over 8. So that is the maximum moment for that level. Okay, klaro? And then the same lang ang din ang formula. The section modulus is equal to the maximum moment over the stress allowable or the flexural stress allowable. So kani siya nga formula makita gyapon ninyo sa RC or sa steel design, no? Mo na ang formula for section modulus. And that's all for the brace cuts. So any questions, class? Yes. Any question?
Hi, good evening, sir. Now, may question, sir. Clarify lang ako, sir, ba? Dili to same ang katong D nga distance sa kan, sir, ba? Sa struts o kanang S na pasabot lang ang spacing, sir?
The same ra.
Ay, kibalik ka ng pa vertical siya nga distance na pasabot, sir, ba? Nga Z-axis yung pasabot, like patindog.
Yan sa pangutangan na. Libog nung ko.
Ay, balikan na kung question, sir. Kana ang dira sa figure, kanang D1 dito, kana nga na, sir. Same ra na siya sa pasabot na katong S nga spacing, sir.
Dili. Lahi ni siya. Distances man ni sa ato
Vertical.
vertical. Ang spacing is katong nasa z-axis. Kung kani siya is the y, then the x-axis. That is the x-axis. So, ang likod, gibali ba? Ang likod nila, anak.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Then,
nagets niya?
next question ako, sir, ba kay kanang sa in real life na ano, sir, sa pag-install ani, sir. Unsa ano pagkabalo, sir, na ingana yung spacing sa kanang sa D, sir, or katong sa spacing po niya sa Z-axis, sir, katong S nga na unsa pag-solve?
Kung saan pag-solve, so, depende sa itong one. I-solve na to ang capacity or sa kanya to ang soil. Tapos, pili man nga, makuha na to daan ang forces and then ang anon is the spacing. Naman ni allowable niya. Balihon ni mo ang procedure ba?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sige. Oh, yes. Torrent.
Sir, kadtong sa next sir ba? Necessary ni maghimo gyud og shear and moment diagram, sir, or pwede ra dili na mag-make og shear and moment diagram basta makuha na namo ang maximum moment?
Para lang sa kung sa exam, ako lang ipa-draw jud ang shear and moment diagram.
Okay, sir.
During sa atong quizzes and exams, ipadaron ako ang shear moment diagram. And then, kibali for in real practice, no need naman siya. Para lang sa to ang kuan, para makita lang nako ang procedure. Sige. Any questions pa?